Good morning and welcome back to Hello Mansfield. My name is Eric Hamilton and we are up with the Financial Blueprint. So the last time that I was here, we talked about the fundamentals and foundation of just kind of what does Financial Blueprint looks like? What is a financial plan? Today we're going to build on that. So today the topic is we're going to work on building your personal actual budget. So here we go. So first thing, creating a personal budget. This is going to build on the fundamentals that we've talked about. But let's start with the basics. What is a budget? Now, budget has a negative connotation, but the simple way of thinking about it is it's a plan for your income and make sure that it aligns to what you're trying to accomplish. So keeping it very, very simple. By creating your own personal budget, it allows you to keep track of the money so you're not doing any overspending. Now, how to build it is pretty simple. So we're going to start with the basics. There's 3 steps. First, you're going to track your income. Secondly, you want to track your expenses. And then lastly, we'll talk about the 50-30-20 rule. But let's start with the income. Tracking your income, keeping it very, very simple. Just knowing how much income you have coming in. Once you're able to see how much you have coming in, now you start to list out your expenses. My recommendation, break it out in 2. You've got your fixed income and you have your variable. Fixed income, think of things like your rent, your mortgage. Variable income, dining out, Starbucks, those basic things that we talked about last time. And then the 50-30-20 rule. So what is that? That is actually our blueprint tip of the week, the 50-30-20 rule. So let's talk about that. So first things first, there are 3 basic principles. If you stick to these principles, this 50-30-20 rule will help you greatly. First thing, 50% of your income, it goes toward the things that you need. Again, go back to the fundamentals. It's your mortgage, it's your rent, those things. Keeping it simple, 50% of your income dedicated toward that. And then you look at the 30. 30 goes toward the things that you want to do. That's your eating out, that's your expenses, that's your hobbies. Could be kids' sports. Had some coaches on here earlier. And then lastly, that extra income, that 20, that goes toward your savings. By taking that and putting it towards savings, we start to build out an emergency fund. We start to build out savings. Now, we haven't gotten into investing in anything like that yet. We're not there yet. This is the first phase. But as we build this out, this is a fundamental way that you can create your own kind of your roadmap for yourself. Now, so there was a couple questions that came in, and just so you remember that anybody can ask any questions, shooting an email out to our email address. The first question that we received, so what's the best way to stick to an actual budget? So think about this. I always say keep everything simple. So first things first, you want to start slow. Start small. Just start tracking your expenses. The second piece I would recommend is celebrate the small wins. If you stick with your budget for a week, celebrate it. Buy yourself a cookie. Do whatever you want to do. Buy some Starbucks. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate this. Second question that I received is, what if I have irregular or unexpected expenses? Well, that's going to happen. We want to begin to build out an emergency fund. How do we do that? I don't have any income. Yes, you do. If you dedicate a portion of your income for an emergency fund, think of it small, $20 a week. If you put that as your emergency fund, things will happen in your life that you cannot avoid, but you just want to make sure that you're ready for it. All right. So far what we've talked about is our next week we're going to get into the next level of building. We've talked about what is financial literacy. We've talked about tracking expenses. Today we begin working on our own personal kind of blueprint. Next week we're going to talk about understanding credit, understanding what that means, understanding your credit card, understanding the fundamentals of credit and why it's important to you. So with that, I am Eric Hamilton, and we will be heading to break. Thank you.